So at the moment, we're just on our way to, once again, try and find that missing gray mane boy. And lucky for us, that boat that Serana was talking about should be pretty damn close to wherever he's being held. So I think as soon as we rescue him, we can send him on his way and then hopefully just head a little bit closer to the coast. And with any luck, we'll find that boat. And here we are. Dragon's Bridge. Now this isn't where the gray mane boy is, but I figured at the very least we might be able to find something else to do here. Because usually the innkeepers have something.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
Any rumors lately?
People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
Really? I kind of wonder if maybe they added him in during one of the DLCs?
Yeah,
Because this really is the first I've ever heard of him. I know the Fallout series have pretty much always had someone who can do that. But in terms of the Elder Scrolls...
Are you a soldier? One day?
I don't think that's ever been an option, really. Now I wonder, should we maybe head back up the road and travel that way, or continue going along this path? I suppose we could just keep following the river, and maybe that'll get us there eventually. But speaking of that face sculptor, that kind of reminded me of the many-faced god from Game of Thrones. And just in case you're not caught up or haven't seen Game of Thrones at all, I'll keep quiet. Alright. Luckily, we always seem to level up in the worst situations. But thankfully, that should bring our health back, and now maybe we can bring this thing down. Oh, and look who showed up. Serana. Because she was pretty much gone for that entire time we were inside Meridia's temple. And I thought once again she had ran off on us. But honestly, she kind of showed up just in the nick of time. Oh yeah, I meant to tell you guys, I had just recently seen Hacksaw Ridge, and my oh my, what an awesome movie that was. I think if I had to compare it to anything, it might be somewhat of a mix between Saving Private Ryan and then maybe even Forrest Gump. Alright, you pesky wolves. If anyone's gonna kill my horse again, it's gonna be me. I am a little surprised he ended up surviving that bear attack, though. That had me really worried. But by the looks of it, this place where the gray mane boy is supposed to be should be right up ahead somewhere. Now, I can't really tell if it's inside one of those caves or maybe just nearby. Oh, and check this out. Looks like one of those old Nordic ruins. Although we're awfully close to the sort of western side of the map. And from what I remember, the, man, I really can't remember their names. But I think they tend to hide out near Falkreth, maybe? And they're always wearing furs, and some of them even have, I think, deer heads as helmets. Oh, you know what? They were called the Forsworn, weren't they?
Where'd you come from? Done and
Yeah,
done.
that's right. And I also remember they tend to travel in fairly large groups, or clans, you could even say. So they tend to be a group you don't really want to mess with. And they are rather good archers. So they do have that going for them. But what exactly is this here? Is this just a path that'll get us down? I think it may be. It said it was a burrow, which kind of sounds like there might be some creatures down here. Or at the very least, maybe a few bandits.
Who's there? That'll teach. Where'd you come from?
Oh, not bandits, but some kind of conjurer.
That'll teach you.
Now, this one over here, was this? Yeah, I think it might have been just a wild one. That one, on the other hand, is definitely something he made. And I think the way you can tell is whether or not their body stays. But he had himself quite the setup, didn't he? Hearthfire. Book 9 of 2920. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of goodies too. I'd say even though this didn't really get us to where we wanted to go, it still was a rather nice find. But in terms of getting down the rest of the mountain, I think we may just have to hoof it.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Beautiful? I'm not too sure about. Now, if you want to call it cold, on the other hand, I won't argue with that. Okay, so that has got to be it over there. And from what I can tell, they're all wearing elven armor, aren't they? And I'm counting at least 3 of them. Okay, we hit him, and for some reason, he didn't even notice, did he? You know, I kind of wonder if maybe we could have spoken to him first. Because if you guys remember when we talked to... who was it? The Greymane's brother or father? I think what we told him was we were going to try and talk our way out of this and maybe rescue him peacefully. Now, unless they find his body, we may still be able to do that. Oh, wow. So we missed her and hit the guy behind her. Hopefully that means our luck is holding out for us. Because if these guys are all suited up in elven gear, I think we'll need as much luck as we can get.
Over here.
Serana, where the hell did you go?
I'll end your miserable life. Ah!
I think we could really use her right now.
Foos! Ho-ho! Not so fast! I'll see you!
Where'd you come from?
Foos!
That'll teach you.
Alright, that seems to be the last of them for out here. As for the inside, though, I don't think that's going to be the case. Now, I will say, I do like the armor these guys have, and it should be quite a bit better than what we've got on. So I'm going to take it for now, and I suppose we might as well drop most of the old stuff. Even the Dawn Guard boots, too. Just because the way I see it, we'll eventually get maybe a full new set of that gear later on. So we'll wear some of the elven stuff. I kind of want to keep the hood on, just because I really enjoy how that looks, but we'll go ahead and drop the rest of the armor, or at least the stuff we're not wearing. Oh, so we failed something? Oh, you know what? Maybe we could have snuck in. So, I don't think there was really a peaceful way out of it, in terms of talking.
Is someone there?
But maybe it was just in terms of not being seen.
Huh?
Alright, before we go inside, though, let's take this guy out. Because I'd rather not have anyone hitting us from behind.
Where'd you come from?
Alright, and that does it. Oh, and you know what else we should do is maybe equipped some better arrows? Let's see, the Orcish ones do 12. Steel does 10. Didn't we have Dwarven arrows somewhere? I don't know, maybe we got rid of them. But these 21 should be enough to last us. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try and sneak in through the side door. And hopefully that helps us out. Although it is master locked. Alright, we'll maybe try 2 more times. Oh, that might have been it right there. That was really close. So I'm guessing it's maybe right here? Okay, so I think it was a little bit up. Maybe a little bit down. There we go. So I guess those master ones aren't as impossible as I tend to say they are, but that thing was still pretty damn tough.
What was that?
Where'd you come from?
Over here! Help!
Okay, I think we should be good for now. Looks like that was all of them. And now to find the Greymane. Question is, which one of these prisoners is he? I mean, there was just the Argonian and the Nord. So it's gotta be this guy. And then, did either of these guys have a key on them? I'm hoping so. Nah, they really didn't, did they? Okay, let's give this a try. And if we can't get in here, I'm willing to bet maybe someone else in this castle has some kind of an easier way to break in. Or at least I hope they would. Yeah, and speaking of that other way, we may want to try it. Oh, shit. Well, here it is right here.
I've got to get out of here. What are you looking at?
I'm just kind of waiting for you to make a run for it.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
Alright, so there's the Greymane boy. And I assume that must be somewhere around the corner. And I'm not sure how I didn't think of this sooner, but if that's him, maybe we shouldn't have let out those other people. 'Cause who the hell knows what they did to get thrown in here.
What was that?
And before we take off down there,
That?
Who's there?
let's try and get that kid out of the cage.
That'll teach you.
Because for all we know, this might just be a different way we could have come in through. So I'm gonna head back up really quick. Hello there.
What was that?
Where'd you come from?
Oh man, Serana.
miserable life.
Alright, here he is.
You there. What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
I never thought I'd see another friendly face again. We need to get to safety as soon as possible. Let's move.
Oh man. You sure you're alright? Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell they put him through. Couldn't have been anything good, judging by all this blood around here though. You know what? These Thalmor pieces of clothing really aren't worth too much, are they? I mean, they only had 0 protection. Yeah, and we'll leave that behind too. It was only worth 190 gold pieces. Now we could probably leave through the way we came, but I'm still really curious to know what this whole area was all about.
What was that? Ha! Found you.
Where'd you come from?
Foos!
Alright, so far so good. And we've found 2 captain's keys so far, haven't we? So we'll have to find out what those open up. It might have even been that chest we found in his room. So if we don't end up stumbling across it, we shouldn't need to worry about it.
Who's there?
What was that?
This is you want.
Done. Who's there?
Like the bite of a.
Oh man,
Gotta fight.
I was kinda hoping that arrow would pin him to the wall. But he was up against that rock one. Still pretty cool otherwise though. Oh man. They had themselves their own bar down here and everything. And by the looks of it, this should be our way out.
Foos!
Where'd you come from?
Oh man. Where the hell did that bandit come from? Was she just another prisoner?
Done and done.
Could have even been some random dead body lying around. Yeah, I think I'd have to say that if I was to use any magic at all, it would probably be stuff like that.
I cannot thank you enough for rescuing me from this place. I suspect I'd never again see the light of day otherwise. But why would you risk your life for me, a stranger?
A bit of gold. But also, I could see your family was awfully worried about you.
Of course, I should have known. This was all Abelstein's idea, wasn't it? Where is he?
I told him to wait in Whiterun. I didn't want him getting hurt either.
A wise decision, but I fear he may not be safe there anymore. They'll go looking for me, and Whiterun will be the first place they search. I cannot stay. Not here. Not in Whiterun. It likely won't be safe for Avelstein either. Our best hope now is to fall in with the ranks of the Stormcloaks. But would you do me a favor? Tell my mother to suffer the winter's cold wind, for it bears aloft next summer's seeds. She'll know what it means. I thank you again, friend. You've given me my life back.
Listen, man, it was my pleasure. I hate those damn Thalmor. But I suppose we ought to return to Whiterun, so that way we can warn the others.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never is.
From what I hear,
Oh,
you're the
hello.
one who gave Thalmor a black eye.
I always thought it would be kinda cool if you could send a raven for these last parts of the quest where you're just supposed to meet someone and kinda just clear things up. But then again, maybe it is better we tell them in person.
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of
Please
a strong
tell me
Nord
you have
woman?
news of my son.
Oh, don't worry, he's safe. But the rest of your family, on the other hand, may not be anymore.
Is he? You've saved him? Oh, I must see him at once.
I'm afraid he's not here. Like I said, he didn't think it was safe.
What? After all this, I can't even see him? How do I know you're telling me the truth and not just what I want to hear?
He said to tell you to suffer the winter's cold wind.
For it bears aloft next summer's seeds. That's my boy. So it's true then. For now it's enough to know that he's alive. I can find peace in that. Thank you, dear friend. You've given me back my son. I'd had Eorlund forge this for Thorald. It was to be a present for his return. I suppose he can't have it now. Why don't you take it? We can always make another for the day when this war ends and Thorald can come home.
Alright, thank you. Now, you wouldn't happen to have heard from him already, have you?
No, nor do I expect to. Would be too dangerous for now. It's enough for me to know that he's out there somewhere, and not locked up like some animal in a cage.
Alright then, Freyla. Take care.